a big day when you hear the music, right? The symphonies, they're playing. It is no secret Americans are hurting, and President Obama expected to spend a lot of time later tonight talking about jobs in his first State of the Union address from the Hill. He's got a big job tonight. So do Democrats in Congress. One of them with me now, New York Congressman Anthony Weiner, a Democrat who is live on the Hill to tell us what he wants to hear tonight. How are you doing? And welcome.
I'm doing well, Bill. How are you feeling? Thank you.
I'm doing fine, thank you. The Wall Street polling out today, Americans want the president and Congress to focus on jobs and not health care. Does that officially change tonight? Do we put it all on jobs and the economy and health care is gone?
Well, health care is jobs in the economy. The fact of the matter is that so much of the drain on our economy right now is the high cost of health care. That's why so many employers are finding they can't hire more people, while so many people are losing their insurance and going on to the federal insurance programs like Medicaid, which are driving up the deficit. You can't separate one from the other, but I think there's no doubt about it. The president needs to make that case and many others about the idea that economy is on our sights in Congress right now.
You know, you think about the last 11 months. Do you feel like you wasted time?
On health care?
Yeah.
No. Look, here's my view. My view is I hope we don't let health care as an issue die. Look, I'll give you a statistic. $350 billion. That's the aggregate deficits in the 50 states. Democrat, Republican, all states all throughout the country. About a third of that is health care spending. So the idea that, okay, we'll just walk away from it, those states are going to have to cut firefighters, police officers, they're going to have to raise taxes. So all we're doing is kicking the can if we don't deal with health care today.
Well, yeah, I understand the connection you're making with the economy, and we've talked about that on TV before, especially on this program. But health care has gone nowhere.
Well, we certainly haven't passed it yet. It's gotten further than a lot of people had expected it to. It's gotten right to the precipice.
But even
and frankly,
Harry Reid yesterday said, well, now we're in no hurry. I mean, this was after the Senate body held a vote on Christmas Eve.
You said it's gotten nowhere, and I dispute that. It's gotten a long way. It's gotten to the floor of the House and the Senate, where the final stretch is. I agree. Today, we need a way forward. Hopefully, the president will give us some guidance on that. I think we've got to go back to some of the things that are popular that contain costs, like the public option, some of the things that we do to improve Medicare, like extending the life of Medicare, which is what the House and Senate bill did. But make no mistake about it, we had a setback. We have 41 senators now who say they want no health care reform, and that's a big problem for us.
Yeah, there are many asking the question about how we dig ourselves out of this deep and honestly unforgiving hole of debt that we're passing on to the next generation of Americans. Politico wrote a story earlier today. They went and polled a bunch of Democrats on the Hill about what they wanted the president to do tonight. A number of answers came back. Show your anger, talk about jobs, make a decision on health care. The list continues. Bash Wall Street was one of them that was offered, and keep blaming Republicans. And the last category was say what you want. I mean, what do you want him to say?
All of the above. I think there's no doubt about it that the president should say in some form, I get the message. I know that some of the things that we've been doing here are not resonating with the American people. There's no doubt about it. The deficit is a function of a lot of things, but it's primarily a function of the fact that the fewer people that are working and paying taxes and contributing, the tougher the drain is on government in terms of costs for social programs.
Do you think, in all honesty, would you give that same answer before the vote in Massachusetts? Before Scott Brown's earthshaker up there?
Oh, I have been on your program and others saying that I wanted the President of the United States to be much firmer about what he wanted in health care all along. But in terms of the challenge that our country faces, it hasn't changed much. We're incrementally doing the things that hopefully are going to inure to our benefit. But one of the reasons you have big deficits is fewer people are working. That's the holy grail of this situation, is getting people back to work.
You just put your finger on it. We'll see what we hear tonight. Anthony Weiner, thank you, from Capitol Hill today.
Thank you.
Democrat out of New York. Martha.